Good morning and welcome, fellow sovereigns. And I'd like to tell you a story that happened to me about 2 weeks ago. So, the first part I wrote on the 20th of June this year, Tuesday, at 4 a.m. I was quite upset and I couldn't sleep, so I needed to process it. So this is what I wrote at 4 a.m. on Tuesday the 20th. So four of us travelled to the Outback Writers' Festival in Winton, and I started in Murwillumbah, 1,486 kilometres away, each way. We took turns at driving, and while I was at the wheel, I learnt through the conversation that I had not received the email telling me my story was in the anthology of the festival, the book of all the stories. I had not only not won the competition, but I wasn't even in the top 30. I felt flat and deflated. And 10 minutes later, a tyre blew out. That tyre was as deflated as I felt. It took 2 hours to fix the tyre because there was all sorts of other things happened. Meaning we didn't get to our motel in Tambo until 9:30 at night. An hour earlier, we were standing outside the Morven truck stop, eating ice creams in the chilly darkness and marvelling at the large number of massive road trains around us. They were just huge. However, all I could think of was there were two cows that were crying out and leaping about in their crate, desperately trying to escape their dreadful confinement. So here I was in the outback, in a land so foreign, so barren, so unproductive, and it occurred to me that the writing world had become that for me, surrounded by amazing people, and I didn't fit. So I'd started writing in 1993, the year of my fourth and last redundancy, of my first divorce, and my 40th birthday. I've self-published 20 books and for myself, and I've published 22 books for other writers, not including anthologies. I've only won 4 writing competitions. I've been rejected by 142 publishers and or agents, and I've been rejected by the Brisbane Library Service that I've been visiting for the last 11 years. Writing has been my life since 1993, but it hasn't brought the income or success that I had imagined as I approached my 70th birthday on the 15th of July 2023, next week. And I realised that the last 30 years have brought huge highs and lows and incredible people into my life, but like those two cows struggling to escape, I've felt it's a prison that I couldn't escape from, but I must. The 15 hours in the car were painful for someone with my hip and knee problems, and it was a relief to escape the car. In my motel room, I had no internet connection, and so no one to talk to. I was very alone in my lostness. Hence, this morning I'll put on my happy face for my other travellers, Ian, Gabriel and Steve, knowing there is somewhere else I belong, but I don't know where it is. So, my amazing friends, these are the last words I'll write. And I wish you well in your writing journeys wherever you may be. So that's what I wrote at 4 a.m. I had absolutely lost faith in myself as a writer. 12 hours later, this is what I wrote. This morning I found that my story is in the festival's anthology. They'd forgotten to send me the email. And on top of that, I was asked to be the expert writer for their panel discussion tomorrow. In 12 hours, my world turned inside out, spat me out, and then invited me back in. And I've realised just how vulnerable I am to the opinions of others, and it really is time to toughen up, to grow a new skin, and now to write another 1,000 words of my novel today. So 12 hours could make a huge difference in one's life, And particularly if you're an artist of some sort, where it's an area where there's nothing is known and nothing is black and white. It's all opinion, it's all subjective. And so your coming and going in the world is pretty constant. And also if you're aiming for something, it doesn't always happen the way you want. And you never know, life turns on a dime. And it's just about keeping going, keeping going, keeping going. So when I'm down, I write. When I'm up, I write. And when I'm anywhere else, I still write because I can't not do it. And that's, I think, how we know what our passion is, because whatever it is that's going on, we just do it anyway. And it isn't always an easy road. It's paved with broken glass. And then in a moment, someone sweeps it away and we're back on track. So, what do I wish you today? I wish you just join whatever you're doing and keeping doing it, keeping doing it, keeping doing it. So I wish you well and all who sail in her.